One of the first things I would recommend you take a look at is what you have in your resume. So, the content of your resume. So, what happens is a lot of us have a resume and we list our work experience, but we don't include bullet points that show our accomplishments and what we did very well in that job. So, most people have a resume that is pretty much copying the job description, but very general statements don't separate you from everybody else. So you want to be sure you're including numbers, percentages, and ways to show the value you added in that role. It's going to give you more value than just listing the job duties that you had. You want to paint a picture of the value you bring. And so that is the very first thing that I always recommend that you look at. A recruiter or an employer, they generally spend about 10 seconds as they look at your resume, whether to keep reading it or to move on. You have to catch their attention very quickly. So they should not have to read and figure out what you're interested in as far as the job. They should also not have to read into very in depth your qualifications. So, one way that you can overcome that is if you have a professional summary at the top, you want to make it very direct. I read resumes every day. And oftentimes I'm reading it and I'm wondering, is this even someone that knows the job or can they learn it? Do they have the experience? And I just move on to the next resume for someone that lays it out there clearly. They have bullet points that speak to the value that they have or have accomplished in their previous role. And so those would be my top few tips.